Hi, my name is Veronica Bembry, and I am a first year second grade teacher. I teach here out in Georgia, and I am a ELA teacher. My school or county that I teach at is departmentalized, so I only teach ELA, which consists of reading, writing, and phonics. The one thing that I love about being departmentalized is that I get to see two sets of classes. My first block is always my more laid back one. My second block is always my rambunctious ones, but they always keep me on my toes and they keep me awake. I love being a second grade teacher, and my first year teaching has been amazing so far. I wouldn't change it for the world. What is differentiation? So differentiation is when you categorize your students into their learning capacity, basically grouping them with students who have the same learning level or learning gaps as them. How brain learning helps them helps meet the student's learning capacity, basically helping them to retain that long-term information to help them achieve their academic goal. The way that I bring differentiation into my classroom is that I run small groups, explicit small groups, and I group my kids by color so they don't even know who's low, who is above, or who is on grade level. They don't even know. I group them by those groups, and we do explicit phonics groups, writing groups, and reading groups all at the same time. Another thing that I do is I group them with a peer that's a bit more higher than them, and I allow them to sit around the room and do a teamwork activity so that they can get that peer-peer interaction, but they can also learn from the peer who is on a higher learning level than themselves. What is engagement? Engagement to me means getting the crowd hype, getting your students hype, getting them excited to learn. Like if you don't get your students excited to learn, they're either going to A, fall asleep, or B, they're not going to retain any of the information because they're bored and they're not engaged. Engagement is basically getting your students into the lesson, getting your students interested in what you're teaching, basically convincing them that they love what you're teaching. How it relates to brain learning to me, I think, is basically getting those engagement strategies or games going. I think with brain learning and engagement, it helps the student be more aware or more alert in those activities, being able to get them to retain that information by coming up in a more creative or a more interesting way to get them excited about learning. Some ways to bring engagement and brain learning in my professional setting is just doing more professional development for the teachers, getting them more excited, more involved about wanting to be more creative or more open with getting their students engaged. Doing more creative lessons opposed to going by the book, making it more interesting for the students and for the teacher. For me, engagement is getting my students excited about learning. Knowing that at the end of the day, I was able to fulfill what I needed to for my students to help them succeed in their academic careers. Engagement also means to me putting my students first and making sure that they are excited about learning and they are excited about growth and growing in general as a second grader, upcoming third grader.